Cybercriminals are exploiting Webflow to craft deceptive phishing pages that mimic legitimate login sites, leading to a tenfold increase in such scams targeting over 120 organizations worldwide. There is also a Windows Update vulnerability that attackers are exploiting to bypass security measures and install rootkits on fully patched systems. Fog and Akira ransomware operators are exploiting a critical SonicWall VPN flaw to infiltrate corporate networks, leading to swift data encryption attacks often completed in just hours. And despite a recent patch, a shocking number of endpoints remain exposed to this vulnerability. And finally, Cisco reveals an actively exploited vulnerability in their VPN services that could lead to debilitating denial of service attacks through a surge of authentication requests that can exhaust resources, crippling remote access for users worldwide. You're listening to the Daily Decrypt. Cybercriminals are increasingly leveraging Webflow, which is a website builder, to create phishing pages that deceive users into sharing login credentials and sensitive information from cryptocurrency wallets like Coinbase, MetaMask, and Trezor. These attacks have grown 10 times over between April and September of this year and have targeted over 120 organizations worldwide, primarily in North America and Asia, affecting sectors such as finance, banking, and technology. Webflow's custom subdomain feature makes these phishing sites more convincing compared to other platforms like Cloudflare and Microsoft Sway. The campaigns mimic legitimate login pages and use tactics like redirecting users and presenting error messages to steal seed phrases and gain control over cryptocurrency wallets. And what's even worse is that these criminals are using sophisticated anti-bot services to evade detection and propagate the malware like Warm Cookie, which facilitates persistent access in network environments. A recent vulnerability in Windows allows attackers to bypass security features like driver signature enforcement by downgrading Windows kernel components, enabling the installation of kernel rootkit even on fully updated and patched systems. This attack leverages the Windows Update process to introduce outdated, vulnerable components, effectively nullifying the term, quote, fully patched. A security researcher named Alon Lviv demonstrated this vulnerability and developed a tool called Windows Downdate, which exploits these rollback attacks by replacing key files like the ci.dll and bypassing protections such as virtual-based security. Despite improvements in kernel security, this method simplifies the attack process, posing significant risks due to the potential to disable security controls and hide malicious activities. Although Microsoft initially dismissed the issue as not crossing a defined security boundary, it is still actively working on a fix. But it does underscore the need for organizations to monitor this type of downgrade very closely. Ransomware operators named Fog and Akira are exploiting a critical SSL VPN flaw, CVE 2024-40766, in SonicWall VPNs to breach corporate networks. Despite SonicWall's recent patch in August of this year, over 168,000 of these endpoints remain exposed to the internet, with a majority of them vulnerable to this vulnerability. These intrusions are often occurring within hours of access, leverage compromised VPN credentials, and a lack of multi-factor authentication. Cisco is also reporting a vulnerability in their VPN service, which can potentially lead to denial of service attacks. Although its CVSS score is only 5.8, this vulnerability would allow unauthenticated attackers to overload affected devices with VPN authentication requests, which would result in resource exhaustion and service disruption. These two examples are just a part of a broader trend of increasing exploitation of VPN vulnerabilities, which were first noted by Cisco back in March, coming from Tor exit nodes and targeting services like Cisco, Checkpoint, Fortinet, and SonicWall. In response to this increasing threat, the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA, has added this CVE to its list of known exploited vulnerabilities. While there are no current direct workarounds, mitigations are available for password spray attacks. But this underscores the critical importance of addressing security vulnerabilities in VPNs to prevent disruption and maintain secure remote access.
This has been the Daily Decrypt. If you found your key to unlocking the digital domain, show your support with a rating on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It truly helps us stand at the frontier of cyber news. Don't forget to connect on Instagram or catch our episodes on YouTube. Until next time, keep your data safe and your curiosity alive.